Hey, this is a profile of Savannah Johnson, agent number 24601, reporting in for case 2423. First sighting of the subject was at Psychic Eye Bookshop. A collectible spoon was involved. Based on initial reports of the subject, we pulled up an archival report log from the last time an entity like this was sighted, which was in the Roma 64 BKE-ish era. Using Dorm's special technology to communicate with agents in the past, I'll be reviewing this report with Agent Aaliyah Claudia of some sort reports as part of this case. Um, can't wait to hear more about Aaliyah Claudia uh, in just a moment. All right. I believe we need to start in this archive. Miss Leah, I am so happy you're here with us. Can you tell me a little bit more about psychic eye bookshops of some sort, maybe, or just spoons? I don't know.
I don't know what this psychic eye bookshop is, but I can tell you a very strange story about a spoon. It was about 3 weeks ago, right before Saturnalia, and I was dining with the Pontifex Maximus, Julius Caesar, at his residence. We were preparing.
You were hanging out, hold on, with Julius Caesar.
Yes, it is. He is the head of all of Roman religion, and I am a priestess of Minerva. It is important we converse.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Was he handsome?
I he priestesses, we are supposed to maintain our purity. But
Oh,
yes, he was. Do not tell. He was very handsome. He
got
is
it.
very handsome. Do not tell.
I'm not gonna say a word. Your secret is safe with me. I understand secret crushes. I get it. So sorry to interrupt you. Tell me more. Tell me more about this time with Julius.
We were dining, preparing for Saturnalia, and his spoon, his spoon began to glow a strange light. And then he was not himself. He acted as though he did not remember anything, as though an entirely different person had come into his body the minute he touched the spoon.
So he's acted strange or different, or like he was like more of a party animal, or like he turned it up, or like what exactly kind of he was just what do you mean by strange is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, Julius is an ambitious man. And
Powerful.
suddenly, well, it is funny because Saturnalia is a time when everything swaps. And he swapped. He had no ambition at all. He was ready to move to the edges of Roma and take up chicken farming.
Ah, Okay, so he wanted like the country life. That's like in Green Acres, where like this one guy he's like in the farm. He wants to like lives in the city, but he wants to be in the farm. But then he meets a girl, and like she's like a city girl, and like she wants to. Anyway, they like
Did
it's
she
okay.
touch
It's
the
something.
spoon as well that she wanted to move to the country with him?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she ended up there too. It happens sometimes. Sometimes people want to run away together. I don't not saying if that's what you needed to do or want to do with Julius, but anyway, I'm gonna cut back to maybe our case now and find out a little bit more about what happened with the people here in our case. Happening right now. Thank you so much. Is it
Ilia Claudia.
Alia Claudia? Thank you so much. I believe dorm database. Let's see. I think that was Agent Marisol Santana who was next on the scene. Can you tell me a little bit more about what was happening there, Agent Marisol?
I can tell you, but first of all, I'm very nervous that you're going to be mad because I did take this side job and I know we signed paperwork to the effect that we would not do anything that could conflict with our roles.
It's supposed to be exclusive, but I understand a side hustle. Quite honestly, I think everyone's kind of doing something else. We got all this, a lot of us have extra power. And, well,
I relieve you understand. So I was in the Psychic Eye Bookshop where I picked up a shift, doing readings. And I was in the middle of a session, and then I look and I see out of my mind's eye, because I am psychic, but also I see with my these eyes, that Glenn, who is the other psychic that always tries to steal my clients, was going to the refrigerator and moving my lunch. I told him, do not touch my yogurt, okay? It is twice strained, it is Greek, it is delicioso, and it is the only kind that tastes good with the wild blueberries that I get from the market every day, okay? And I just like a tiny, a little bit of honey, and you're set. So
that sets it off. That is the trick. Yes, yes.
What are you doing trying to steal people's lunches? We were all psychic. That doesn't make sense. Like, I'm going to know who it is.
Exactly.
So anyway, I finish up the reading. I go in the fridge and I look and I see, okay, it looks like he just picked up my lunch, but he might have put it back or something. I don't know, because I didn't notice any changes until I started to get my spoon and try to eat it. And the spoon burned like a symbol into my hand. It was glowing and it was hot. And then I just didn't feel right.
That's terrible. Did you by any chance feel like you maybe weren't like as ambitious as you normally were? Did you feel any type of emotional change? Like maybe you wanted a change of direction by what you were doing?
I felt like my normal self, I would say, except for like this all-encompassing like rage.
Oh, okay. So rage is not normal for you?
No, it's normal, but like this is usually I can like not act on it. This time, I was sure that I was going to like kill the next client that came in the store.
Oh, murder's not good. So we might want to work on that. And are you still feeling that right now?
No, right now I just have gas, so I'm just.
Oh yeah, that can make you rageful too, though. Understood. So take a break, take a moment, maybe let that gas out. I'm gonna hop on over to another one of our agents to find out what else happened. I'm gonna head over to Agent Barcus, I believe, was next on the scene.
And don't tell anybody, please, about my shift. If you can just leave that part out. Just
honestly, Agent Barcus. Yes, can you let me know what you saw on the scene at this psychic eye shop or with the spoon situation?
Before I say anything, I need to know that I can trust you, Savannah.
I'm the secret keeper. Like that's kind of my thing. Like I keep secrets. Like people tell me lots of things.
Look, there's a lot of secrets happening around here, and I'm involved in a lot of them, and I just don't know who I can trust anymore. I could trust Kendall. I could trust Milagros Kendall, and she's been gone, and I don't know what happened to her. And then they let Millie be in charge, and some stuff happened there. And look, all I know is that they sent me to this bookstore, and Look, I was looking for a way out. I was looking for an escape. I was looking for an exit. I can't just run away while I'm locked up. But I got to the bookstore and I was excited that I would have a chance. But when I grabbed the spoon that Agent Santana had, it was like suddenly I was super loyal to Dorm, and suddenly I really wanted to stay and do my best job and be part of this case. And I find that very suspicious because that's not how I feel right now. And I'm feeling like myself again. But I had this period of time where it was like almost like it changed me into exactly the opposite of what it was that I wanted.
So you like became a company person. That is
Yeah.
very unlike you.
Right now, especially, I don't know what's happening. And it was like when I touched it, I could hear a whisper.
A whisper.
Yeah, and I could
What did
hear it saying, "You don't want to leave. You want to be a good girl."
Okay. Whispering spoon. Did you
Yeah,
have any other sensations or anything else that happened with this whispering spoon?
that was the big one. It was like I was so ready to run, and then it was like, solve the case, find out, be a good dorm agent. You belong at dorm.
So you're saying that maybe if we find a spoon like this again, maybe you'll be an even better agent than you have been? All right. I'll take a note of that.
That's not what I meant by that. That's not, no. Wait, I don't like being manipulated. I thought I could trust you.
You can. You can trust me to make sure that we keep a good company here and I keep doing my job like I need to do. I've been moving up in ranks. They let me profile now, and I'm taking that quite seriously. I'm going to hop on to another one of our agents for a little more information about this. I really appreciate your time. Oh, let's see. Agent Callahan, I think, might have some information about this. Callahan, can you tell me a little bit more about a whispering spoon?
Yes, I can, which is it's really funny. It's something that I thought I'd never be able to comment on, but if there's anything about this job, it's a lot of surprises. So look, I was having a great time hanging out, and I wasn't even working that day, but I got this panicked call from Barcus, and I heard job important Caesar, and I thought she wanted some Little Caesars because we go
Hot
there
and ready. Hot and ready.
at $5, right? I mean, so I thought that's what she wanted. So I was like, anytime I'll get you some Caesars. So
I really love a Caesar salad too. Not like necessarily Little Caesars, but Caesar salad like my favorite food.
regular, it's so funny because that didn't even come to my brain, but that could have been what she wanted, but no. So I went to Little Caesars, then met her at the bookstore, and it's funny because I'm from Virginia, right? And you probably have some understanding of this. Spoon collecting is totally normal, right? People
Massive. My grandma had so many. Nana had a whole spoon room.
you just put them all over the wall. It gets obnoxious, but then you see that you see how cute they are. You can't help buying them when you go to Myrtle Beach or whatever, right?
Gotta commemorate. You go to Myrtle Beach, you get a spoon, you get like a tie-dye or some sort of airbrush shirt and some Superman ice cream. That's what I think about at Myrtle Beach.
Gosh, man, would I love to be doing that instead of what I ended up doing at the bookstore, which was interacting with a not so cute spoon, I'll tell you that. So look, I sometimes still get skeptical about this whole woo-woo psychic world that we live in a little bit, right? But yeah, what I
don't know how you could be skeptic with everything around you, but yeah, go on.
It frightened me because first of all, Barcus and Santana were not acting like themselves, and it really, really distressed me because they both know who they are pretty confidently. So that's when I knew they were possessed by some sort of spirit that came out of the spoon. and mainly the only reason I put those two together is because you could see the marks on their hands. So I stood up against the wall, right? Not because I'm scared, but because I'm strategic. And I decided that I couldn't get near the spoon because somebody had to keep their wits about them. And of course, that's when I called Jayne Lee.
Very smart. I'm gonna check over with Jayne and find out a little more about that. That makes sense to make some distance, because sometimes when you're trying to get rid of something, you don't want to be any near anything bad. You got to give it some space.
Space, right?
Give it some
Kind of-
space. I'm working on that with more people actually too. Let's see, Agent Jayne Lee. Callahan was saying you might have some information potentially about when you came onto the scene and what you saw. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah. Let me tell you, when I came onto this scene, I mean, this wasn't that long ago, but I was at this bar across the street from it, and they have this like wicked like Moscow Mule, but it's not a Moscow Mule in the traditional way. Instead of ginger beer, they use Coca-Cola, right? Twist. And instead of vodka, they use whiskey. And I was like, this Moscow Mule tastes crazy. I liked what they did.
I'm wondering, Ms. Lee, Agent Lee, are you currently imbibing said drink?
No.
You seem like you might be currently imbibing that drink. You sure about that?
No, I'm having this right now. I'm not having a Moscow Mule.
Yeah. What you had earlier also was not a Moscow Mule. That just sounded like you had like a whiskey and Coke or a Jack and Coke, some sort of drink. It's a very basic drink at most bars.
I would never. That's not the kind of drink that I would have. So
it's basically a well drink. That's what they would call it.
A well drink? From
not
me?
an actual official cocktail. That's just like I call it, like one of those ones that give you a happy hour. Were you happening? What time were you at this bar? Quite honestly,
4:30.
That was definitely a happy hour drink. Did you get it for under $5?
He said I looked pretty.
Oh, you got it for free. Okay. Now that's great. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about what you actually saw? I don't mind that you have been imbibing right now, as long as you have to recall.
This bar, the Tipsy Owl, was across the street in the downtown area from that Psychic Eye bookshop. So once I saw the call, I just ran over as fast as I could. It was so fast. Let me tell you, it was so fast. I went over and then I saw this crazy scene where Callahan was backed up against the wall, kind of watching what was going on. And then Barcus was there and Santana, and the two of them were kind of in a fight of some kind. I think Barcus had Santana's hands in her wrist, and then I ran over and was like, whoa, hey guys, stop it. Don't do this. And then I touched the spoon too, because it fell on the ground. So I touched the spoon. And then we're all fighting on the ground of his spoon. And then the spoon said to me, hey, you're so outgoing. And I said, really? I mean, I'm an outgoing person, I think. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Maybe.
It just made me really confused. And then I slapped Santana in the face. And then the spoon, it got bigger. It just got a little bit bigger. But it wasn't a tiny collectible teaspoon anymore. It was a collectible tablespoon.
Okay, so the spoon grew after you slapped somebody. So it's like it was gaining power potentially from violence that was inflicted and interacting around people.
I didn't mean to slap her. I'm so sorry. Can you please keep that secret? Don't tell anyone.
Oh, I'm not going to tell a soul that you slapped anybody. I keep it right here. I'm the keeper of secrets. I will make sure it stays right here with me.
Thank
you. Secret is safe with me. All right. Oh, my goodness. That is terrifying. My cohorts fighting with each other. Why don't we head over back to Callahan? I want to find out a little bit more about that fight. Agent Callahan.
It's pretty laughable that Agent Lee keeps asking people not to tell other people about her slapping Santana in the face. Of course, many people saw it. And truth be told, it's a popular bookstore. So it's not like we were the only people in the whole place. And that's when I was like, you know what, actually, general public needs to leave. And then I made everybody leave. I wasn't thinking at the top of my game, but I decided that we couldn't injure anybody else. And yeah, you know, then I just sat down, started eating some of the Caesars, and then I thought, okay, you know what? Barcus was talking about historical documents. But then, of course, the thing with Santana happened. And I think you just got to hear it from her.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna hop over. I'll definitely ask her. Thank you for bouncing that space though and making sure it was safe for people, because clearly something's going on if people who were normally, kind to each other and generally love each other are not kind anymore. I get it. How do we go to Agent Marisol Santana? Agent Santana, what did you do when you got slapped?
I'm so ashamed. I'm really embarrassed because, I mean, I'm not that embarrassed because, if you slap me, like, you're going to get what you get. Like, it's going down. But my normal self would not have used all of my, how you say, like, physicality against Agent Lee, because she's really, like, quite petite. But, like, the spoon, it, like, whispered to me, was like, you hate short women. They try to steal your spot on the subway. And I was like, I have to body check her. So basically,
do they steal your spot on the subway? Is that really a problem with short women?
They're coming like under my armpit and trying to like lean and get into little spaces. And I'm like, I'm a person too. I'm here. I'm not like, you can't like meld yourself into my body. You're just because you're short.
I mean, sometimes, I'm not necessarily tall in stature, so I'm just trying to make sure that I leave some space for you. So I'm just going to make sure I don't lean into your armpit when I'm nearby next time.
It's like how little kids, how like little kids will try to like just, weave in and out of crowds and stuff. Like,
yeah,
some small women, like, they try to do the same thing. And I'm like, no, I'm not your mama. Like, you go sit down. Anyway, what happened was the spoon said, body check her. So what I did was I just took both of my tetas and I ran at her full force. And I body checked her. She flew across the room. And I think she might have fractured her shin bone.
Okay. Ow. Okay. So this violence is really turning into altercations and it's turning into injuries. This is a fuller, bigger report than I thought I was going to have to file today. This is going to be a lot more paperwork.
Well, yes, but inside of my rage, I realized this is because of the spoon. Like, this isn't you. I mean, it's like kind of like you just don't usually act on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what separates us. That's what makes us human. We don't act on our most base instincts, right? So I said, this is all Glenn's fault because he has been trying to eat your gourmet yogurt. He has poisoned your spoons. So I said, if we can find Glenn, we can find out what kind of spirit is inside of this. Maybe I will kill Glenn, but I will wait until after we find out before I kill him. I mean, that's just the way I was thinking, like, at the time. I'm sorry.
No, I get it. So you all made a beeline to go try to find Glenn, basically, at this point, and thinking that maybe that was part of this problem.
I didn't go yet. I still like fought a few more people in the store, but
okay. Anyway, I'm not going to condone the fighting actual like civilians in the situation, but you were possessed by a spoon. What could you do? I'm going to head over to Agent Barcus and find out a little bit more about actually, you know what? Before I head to Barcus, I would like to go back to our archive and talk to Alea Claudia, just because she's also so sweet. Hi, Alea.
Hello.
Yes.
I made the mistake of touching the spoon. It was instinct to take it away from Julius Caesar because he is Pontifex, and I could not risk him having this horrible thing take him over. But once I touched it, I heard a strange voice in my head. When you do not need duty to Roma, you do not need duty to Minerva. Go with what you want. And I tell you now, I wanted Julius Caesar. I know you asked me earlier and I downplayed, but I tried to kiss him. It was strange. Very, very strange.
I knew it. Not saying I knew it, but I knew it. I knew it. Oh, so you kissed the Caesar. How was it?
It was very, very good. But then this other voice in my head, this voice that knows this is not you. And I push him away as hard as I could. And the spoon, it began to glow more and more powerful. It is like it knew my secret innermost thoughts, and it wanted to make them the most powerful thing in the world. And I could feel after I pushed him that the urge to kiss him again was even stronger.
So it's again, so something that you did, an action that you did in the midst of it, if you're following the words of this spoon entity, it pushes you even further and further into madness. Oh, that's terrifying. I'm going to check in with my agents to see if any of that happened with them. Thank you so much for your insight as always, Alia. It's like you have an eye for knowing what's going on.
It is the gift of Minerva, goddess of wisdom.
Absolutely. Hail Minerva. So let's see. I think we need to dorm database query. Who knows about this elevatedness of this creature? Dorm database. Barcus. Jen Barcus, why don't you tell me more about the power of this spoon?
I am powerful. I am a very powerful agent, and I am very good at what I do. And I know how to examine a crime scene and look for creatures that are unnatural. I smelled yogurt. I smelled strong yogurt.
Are you still holding evidence from the scene? Is that the spoon?
I am Spoon. I'm Barcus. I'm a really good agent, and I'm very good, and I'm a great agent. And I smelled the yogurt after I helped to defeat Marisol and her rage monsterness. I then smelled the yogurt. The yogurt's where the spirit came from. It grows. It ferments. It was yogurt from tainted origins, and it infested the spoon. But the spoon knew that I was powerful, and the spoon made me powerful because the spoon knew that I was a Nephilim, and it was fine.
Barcus, I'm going to need you to let go of that spoon immediately.
No, I like the spoon. You told me the spoon made me a good agent, and you were right. The spoon made me a great agent. I am a very good agent.
It looks like the spoon has grown in your hands. I heard it was the size of a tablespoon before, but it looks like you've been reaching into it more often. Is that true, Agent Barcus?
I was told to be a good agent and hold the spoon, and I'm doing that. I'm a good agent. You said I was a good agent.
You have always been a good agent, Barcus. You just did not believe in yourself. The spoon is not what you need to believe in yourself.
It's so nice, though. It tells me how good I am, and it tells me to be better.
Agent Barcus, if you do not let go of that spoon, by the time I count to 10, I will be forced to send other agents to come to get you.
That's what Dorm does, isn't it? They lock me up and they tell me that I'm bad, but I'm not. I'm strong and I'm powerful.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't let me get you.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Barcus, don't pick up the spoon again.
I don't want to be in here with this thing. This thing makes me. I don't want to be in here with it.
I'm going to give you some time, Barcus. I'm going to give you some time to do not pick up the spoon. What I need you to do is tell me everything that you just experienced in that moment right now so that we can get to the bottom of this and see how to fight this thing. What did it just tell you inside your brain that we did not hear?
It just told me that I was powerful. It told me that it knew why I was a beacon. It told me it knew why I was strong and that it could help me be stronger than Dorm
Did
ever
it say
could.
its name?
It said it was Legion.
Legion.
It said we are Legion.
We are Legion? You and the spoon together, or anything that it touches?
Yes,
I'm going to find out more.
It collected more and it added to its Legion.
I'm going to check with some of the other agents and see if they're still affected. Take a breather, get some water. I'll be back.
Let me get some whiskey.
That's actually not a bad idea. I think that's what might be helping Agent Lee right now, quite honestly. Okay. Dorm database query. Anyone else affected by Legion? Anyone else feel Legion?
Hmm? What?
Agent Lee,
Huh? Yeah?
did you happen to hear the name Legion or that you were part of a Legion when you held onto that spoon?
We are Legion. We are Legion. Yeah, I think I heard that. I think I heard it. I definitely heard it.
I feel like everything's falling apart at Dorm right now because you were drunk. Barcus is possessed. I guess it's another week at the office or something. And everyone's telling me secrets that I feel like I cannot keep anymore.
Wait, what? Don't tell these secrets. After I slapped Santana, she slapped me with her titty, and she just threw me across the room.
I'm sorry, she slapped you with her titties and threw you across the room. I'm sorry. That
It was
are you just dealing
nice
with are you dealing with some emotions from that time that you have not quite resolved or something right now? Is that why you're drinking so much?
It was nice when it happened. The first hit was comforting, okay?
Right.
And then when I fell, I kind of hit my head and my shin on a bookshelf and an incense display. And then a piece of incense fell over and it burned my hair.
Oh, that's the worst.
I know, it was
The
so-
Nog chomping on your hair. I get it. Too much.
I like it. And then I was crawling away with my sad leg that was all wonky looking. And then I grabbed the spoon and then I just shimmied all the way to the back room. So I was just trying to get away from Santana with me and my spoon.
So you grabbed the spoon to get away though. So were you fighting over the spoon? Is that part of the tension that happened here?
Kind of. I might have kicked someone behind me in the face when I was trying to get away. But I just felt like the spoon said, please, I'm trying to find my home. It's like, and then I got to the back and then I saw there was this cupboard and it was filled with little yogurts.
There was a cupboard full of yogurt that were unrefrigerated. That doesn't sound good. That sounds like it's probably growing a lot of things. Like the yogurt culture kind of continues on, right? And
because I am a small woman, I crawled into the cupboard and I closed it behind me. And then I just sat there and the spoon said, we are Legion. We eat yogurts. So that's why I got into it. And then I had this tummy ache and it hurt so bad. But then when I started drinking again, my tummy ache went away because it wasn't my tummy that was hurting. So that's when Callahan found me.
Oh my goodness. All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to cut Callahan maybe. What? Yes?
It's just that when I touched the spoon, it got bigger and bigger. And then it started I might have peed a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Please keep that a secret too.
I'm not gonna let anybody know that you peed in that closet because that is embarrassing as all get out. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry about that being embarrassing. I'm just saying I will keep that as a secret. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes when I laugh, sometimes I pee a little too. It happens to the best of us.
Okay.
I promise. I will
Okay.
keep your secret. It's
Okay.
safe with me. Agent Callahan, so you found her when she peed in a closet?
It sort of reminded me of when I was asked to go to senior week at the beach, and I was really excited. And then I realized I was only asked to be the designated driver. And so I was just around all of these assholes all week long. And it just reminded me of that time in my life. Because hiding away in a closet, peeing and eating and drinking random things, well, that pretty much tracked. So I
Shoved in
tried.
lockers and such. You're telling me you had that kind of childhood? So sorry. I was prom queen, so I'm just trying to relate to this.
Just senior week. Yeah. Anyway, neither here nor there.
Was that hard for you? I imagine it was like in Heather's or something where like, they send like notes to you and trick you and stuff. Like, not that I did that, but
yeah, it totally sucked. And my dad kept wanting me to, hang out with people and not just go hunting with him. But the truth is, hunting is a lot easier than dealing with people. So I like doing that better. So
okay. You're doing really great right now with your people talking. You're talking to me, so it's like you're actually, interacting. I think maybe you're doing better than you probably were in high school.
yeah, for sure, for
Good
sure.
at, taking care of people and clearing out rooms.
Yeah, or wait, did someone complain about how I cleaned out the room or how I cleared it out?
I don't know if it was
Because this is the thing. There's only so many ways you can clear out a bookstore, and you can't make a big scene, or we're just gonna, or what? We're gonna attract attention to dorm. I was pretty sure.
honestly, some people were saying that you had some unconventional methods of some sort clearing out the room. So I'm just curious exactly how you cleared it out. Was it related to how you hunt?
Who told you? Who told you that secret? Or
I cannot tell you because I promised to keep all the secrets, but I can't tell you that. But I do need to know so we can help finish and close out this case.
Okay, fine. All right. So this was before the closet incident, right? Because I had to get people out pretty fast, but I knew I couldn't make a big commotion. So, you're in a bookstore. You just want to be a little annoying, a little bit gross. And so I just went to each aisle and I crop dusted it.
I'm sorry,
I crop dusted it. I just
you
walked up.
boots down the aisles.
I just walked up the aisle and I let out the tiniest amount of
How do you
fart.
have those stored and ready to go? Because I cannot do that on demand, and I don't ever really do it. Obviously, because the lady never poots. But
Yeah. So it's just a thing I could do. I just eaten the entire Little Caesars. Anyway, it's actually it's something I'm capable of, and I made it happen. And guess what? People didn't know where it came from, and they started leaving the store. I mean, I knew it would happen that way, and I was right. Okay, so you're welcome. And I was gonna keep that detail to myself, but then I started bragging about it, and so I know who told you, and I'm gonna get him later.
No. So I'm curious though. You're one of the few that has said you did not touch the spoon and you were not affected. I'm wondering if the poop actually might have been a protection against getting closer to that spoon.
As funny as that would be, no. In truth, I found some rubber gloves, and I put them on right before I found Jayne Lee in the cupboard. She's tiny. It's amazing she could fit in there, but she could, and she was eating days old yogurt. days old. I mean, truth is, I could have just put those little yogurt containers all around the store if I had known. But
Oh, they had that strong an odor on them, and she was able to get in there and
yeah,
eat that.
and that's when she started saying, "We are Legion." So I knew I had to really do some research because I was alone again while everyone else was experiencing something collectively.
I understand. Sometimes it's difficult to be alone, but maybe if you work on the poot poots, you might have more friends. So I don't know.
Thanks.
And then maybe think about, you know what, my pro tip for you, think about the people like their animals that you don't want to hunt, like that you want to just hang out with.
Thank you.
Does that help?
Yeah, sort of. I do like my dog, and I can see why you were prom queen.
Oh, yeah.
Very friendly.
It's a little thing, a little honor. Why don't we head over to Agent Santana to find out a little bit more about what happened with this yogurt situation. Yes, Santana.
Yes, what?
Okay, you seem a little hostile at the moment. Okay.
Nobody's hostile. Look, who are you talking to like that?
I'm talking to you because I've got some secrets that I've been gathering, and I'd like to know a little bit more about yours.
Oh my God, nobody wants to tell you their secrets, okay? I'm so tired of hearing about you being prom queen and how popular you were and how everybody likes to talk to you or whatever. Nobody cares.
Okay. Only if you say so. Not all the people who voted for me, they all cared. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm still being affected by the spoon.
Did you happen to eat the yogurt that was there as well, is my real question for you.
I did, but not on purpose. Because Marisol never eats spoiled food. So what happened was, even though I was really mad, somehow this helped me focus, laser focus on the person that put the spoon in my hand in the first place, which is Glenn. So I go to the section of the store where Glenn is always wandering around, which is like the home goods. It's like the place we put the candles that are not really magical for people that can't handle it. Because he just likes, the scents and stuff. He's so shallow. So I go to Glenn and I say, Glenn, well, I don't really say it with my words. I also I picked him up with one hand and I was like holding him like all the way up in the air like this. And
like with the strength of 1,000 men, you lifted him up?
Yes. See. And I was like, Glenn, what the hell? What did you do?
Are you normally that strong? I'm just want to track.
No, like I bench press, but no, not that much.
Okay, this is magics.
It's still superhuman strength. So I asked him, Glenn, excuse my language, what did you do to my yogurt, to the spoon? Why am I feeling so strange? What have you done? You've poisoned us all. And he said, yes, I did.
He admitted to poisoning you right away.
He said that he was jealous. He was muy celoso of me, of my agency, which I never told him about. But he said, I can see that you are part of a very powerful, he called us a coven. Okay? I'm not a bruja. Like, I was like, who are you talking to? Again, I threw him across the room when he said that, but then I picked him up again because we had to finish what we were talking about. And he said, because he knew that I was part of something really powerful and no longer had time to go out to happy hour with the rest of the Psychic Eye, like collective, which is like, we have many different locations and franchises. He said that he called upon the mother, the spirit of the mother.
The spirit of the mother of the spoon?
No. The mother, like, you can find her in different fermented products like yogurt or like kombucha or like
the mother makes the scobies. I am with that. I love kombucha, but I have been avoiding it lately because, well, that's a whole nother story.
You have to be careful making it yourself.
I just pooed it
in the cupboards with the yogurts. this mother is a very powerful spirit. At the store, I'm just a psychic. I use my words, I use my sight, but other people are mixing potions and spells. And this is an ancient, ancient, ancient spirit that comes through the ground into our foods, inside of us. And we imbibe her, we consume her, and she possesses us. And then we are all legion.
Okay, so this is something that we have to consume, and it consumes us, it sounds like. I've got to get to the bottom of this. I am going to go check in with Agent Barcus. Thank you, Agent Santana. Agent Barcus, the whiskey helped calm your nerves a little.
It's funny. What's a nickname for alcohol, for drinks, for mixed drinks?
A nickname for mixed drinks?
They call them spirits. And it's funny that we're fighting a spirit, and yet this seems to be a little solution to that spirit. It's a little spirit on spirit violence got going on here.
So you're fighting spirits with spirits. I hear you.
Well, so here's the thing. We've established that this is like a spirit-infused bacteria, right? Like a spirit-infused growth in yogurt. And I remember on
the cultures that continue to grow and invade. Yes.
A mother, like a mother culture.
Mm-hmm.
What kills bacteria? Alcohol.
Alcohol.
So that's why those of us who can handle our liquor can do okay taking care of these creatures once we've got them inside of us.
I don't know if it's about how you're handling the liquor, because it sounds like you might not be handling it super great right now already.
Oh no, this is going great. This is actually like a real good situation I got going on right now. So
how much have you had already, and do you have to stay drunk to get that thing out of you, was my question.
No, I think it's gone.
Okay.
I'm a really good agent. So long, mother. My real mom was here recently, but that doesn't matter right now.
Your real mom is not there, but it sounds like another mother.
She was here, but the mother of the thing, just a little bit of alcohol.
Bothering y'all.
I'm doing great. What else am I talking about?
Yeah, you look like you're doing great.
Doing great.
Agent Ilea, Claudia, you come back and talk with me again.
Of course. So at this point, it was very, very distressing. I had these two voices in my head, mine, which I think was the goddess and her powers, trying to keep me from giving in to what the spoon was telling me. It kept saying, we are legion, we are legion. I do not know what this means, but it sounds like an army. It sounds like an army, and I went to fight it with my dagger, but it bounced off. It did nothing. And then I noticed in the corner of the room, the chef, Marcus, and he was smiling. He was smiling, and he was looking at the yogurt on the table. And I went to him with my sword, and I said, you will tell me what you have done to me and Julius Caesar. And he said, Saturnalia is not enough. The reversal of roles is not enough. So I went to the goddess of the harvest, Ceres, and I prayed for her to help me make this reversal all the time. And it was through the yogurt, that when the spoon touched it, it transformed it. And I said, how? How do we stop it? But he would not tell me. So I stabbed him. I had to. And the spoon, it got worse and worse. And I could hear those voices in my head, those voices telling me, to go back to Julius and do unspeakable things that had nothing to do with my dagger. Maybe a little to do with his. But I could not let this win. And I grabbed the wine on the table and I drank it. I drank it down. It was as though Minerva herself was telling me that the wine would calm me. And when I drank it, I felt as though her voice was louder and the voice of this legion was shrinking. It was shrinking I could hear it, but it was growing so much softer.
So you were able to make the voice disappear?
Not until I spilled the wine on the spoon. And when I spilled it on the spoon, it cleared away the yogurt. And the glow, it stopped. And the size of it had grown a lot in all this time. Every time I used violence, it grew, but it shrank. It shrank back and the glow had stopped. And then the voice was gone. And Julius, he thought it was absurd that he wanted to be a chicken farmer. He said so.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to shrink that with a little bit of wine. That sounds delicious right now. I'm gonna have to have a glass tonight after this case is wrapped. Thank you so much, Ilia, for your information. I think some of our agents might already be using some of that alcohol to help defeat this thing. Agent
What?
Lee?
Huh?
Yes. So apparently you've been doing the right thing. I know I chastised you earlier about being maybe overly intoxicated, but apparently this is the best thing to help fight what has been.
Doctor's orders. Doctor's orders. He said take a penicillin, which, as you know, is honey and whiskey infused with a little bit of lemon together. So that was the first one that I had. And then I moved on to like beers because they say liquor before beer. Feeling queer. And I was like, that sounds good to me. So that's what I did. I've been trying to listen to the doctor and be a good agent, you know?
I understand. And sometimes I'm really wondering about the accreditation of your doctor and who you've been speaking with. Was this like a licensed doctor or was it just like Dr. Pepper? Because I'm very just wondering about.
I love Dr. Pepper. It's my favorite. Have you ever tried it warm? If you heat it up, it tastes really yummy.
I can't say that I would like a warm beverage like that,
No,
but
let me tell you. So, like, after I was in that cupboard and I was covered in yogurt and eating it, Callahan came in and she carried me out like a baby. Like, it was like I was a baby and she was my mama. And she just carried me out of there and I felt so safe and warm. And then she sat me down in Santana's lap. And Santana took a booze of bottle from her purse and then she fed it to me. And then I felt so much better. Like, I didn't hear "We are Legion." I just heard like "I am Lee," and then it just kind of like stopped from there, you know. And then I felt so much better, but it was thanks to Callahan and Savannah and Santana for saving me like a baby.
I'm so glad that you all ended up working out. Sound like you ended up friends by the end of the night, and that's really all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Keep
glad
that a
for you.
secret. Please keep that a secret. Don't let anyone know.
I'm not gonna let anyone know. I'll keep all the secrets.
Okay, thank you. I have to go back to drinking more now.
Okay. Callahan, can you tell me about comforting Agent Lee and what happened at the end of that?
Yeah, sure. So the truth is, if it wasn't for Claudia's pretty outstanding historical records, I wouldn't have even known that we had to start encouraging them to to drink. I think it had something to do with stopping the fermentation process. Sugar can act as a good inhibitor. So I picked her up, and it was so I brought her over to Santana, and she just kept clinging to me, calling me mama, and
How did that make you feel?
Fine, I think. Good.
Like you found a new friend?
So I put her down on Santana's lap, and because I thought Santana was, I think even in her state, she was probably a little better at handling it than me, and that was a good decision, because she immediately took out some mini bottles and just started, giving it to her, and then they started drinking themselves, and I just decided I'd start throwing wine all over Glenn because I didn't know what to do with him. And Barcus is my friend, and I felt scared for her, sad, I think, and because she just couldn't get back to normal totally, I think I couldn't tell if Lee was at her baseline or not, quite frankly. I mean,
I don't think Lee even knows what her baseline is, quite honestly.
No, me either. And Santana seemed to be coming back to normal, but I couldn't quite get Barcus to, I don't know. She drank enough that we could leave, and it felt safe, and we could lock the store and come here. So that's all I know right now.
All right. Well, there's a lot that you could probably know. Okay, honestly, I have to tell you, I'm dying. Okay, so basically, like, there's a lot that's been going on. And then, like, Alia Claudia actually made out with Julius Caesar, like, back in the day, which is just crazy. Like, I have to tell you about that. And I think that I'm going to let you know now that if you want to be friends with somebody, because I know you say we're having trouble earlier about being friends, I think you and Jayne Lee could be great friends. I think that just because she was holding on to you, that was actually like a thing, maybe. I don't know. I'm just, not that I'm psychic, but I'm psychic, and I think something could happen there. I don't know. You guys, y'all could be really great friends. And honestly, so many people have secrets here. It's really hard to keep them. There's so much dirt comes out of here all day.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty included with you telling me. So thank you for that. I mean, even the thing about Julius Caesar, it feels like a pretty present goss.
Honestly, it does feel like present goss, because honestly, that's like a huge one. That's like history. Like, we know a secret from history. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest. I just had to share.
Oh, of course. Can you tell me something though? How is Barcus doing?
Oh, Barcus is doing just fine. Barcus
Good.
might have ended up with a spoon coming home with her, and she might have tried to have absolute power and all kinds of stuff or whatever, and like actually be a really good dorm agent, and thought that holding the spoon would make her better at it. And I honestly thought about it might make her better for a hot second too, but then I realized it's actually an evil demon spirit. It's probably not the best thing to hold on to make you better at your job.
Oh, and speaking of job, there was one more thing I wanted to say. Isn't it odd that, like, at Santana's side job, which of course we all have.
We all know about it. Why she tried to say that was a secret too?
Please. But I mean, that's kind of odd, right? Don't you think that the spirit was attacking us as dorm?
Do you think maybe it got to her because of her side job? Something's trying to infiltrate dorm. I've been wondering, because I got moved up the ranks real quick as a profiler, and like, we haven't seen Agent Kendall for a few weeks, and then Agent Millie, I don't know. Well, things we'll have to figure out. I can keep all the secrets. Or not. Oh, well, I've gotten a lot of Secrets Today profile summary report about Legion. It seeds fights among those who touch it through yogurt and a spoon together. It attacks people in public spaces like occult bookshops and can leave a mess and leave people fighting each other. It is a type of demon spirit that can grow and expand, but can be vanquished with wine, so or some sort of alcohol of spirit on spirit action. We'll take it. It seems that it might be potentially infiltrating dorm database and the dorm ranks even further. So we will need to keep an eye and make sure once people sober up if they are okay or if the spirit is still infecting them, because it is some sort of mother that can actually grow as a culture or spirit. Well, thank you so much, agents, our special agent donors tonight. Jay Pistol for that information, and Arsenal Roy 2K for also helping us solve this case. Hopefully things will stay all right in our world and we will continue to fight on. Thank you, everyone. And this is Agent Profiler Savannah Johnson, agent number 24601 for case number 2423. I believe signing off. Maybe for the last time as I keep secrets.